Hey there everybody, it's Mike Delisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game that has a lot of buzz. It was announced kind of out of nowhere, and now it's here. This is Stardew Valley, the board game. A cooperative game of farming and friendship for 1 to 4 players, age 13 and up. A game by Cole Medeiros and Concerned Ape. Well, Stardew Valley is a very, very popular video game, and now we've got a board game version of it as well. And there have been a lot of kind of agricultural themed board games, so this is not really going outside of the realm of maybe what we've become familiar with as hobby board gamers. Help wanted. You've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley. Armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins, you set out to begin your new life. Players work together to fulfill your grandpa's goals and restore the once vibrant community center. Plant crops, raise animals, upgrade your farm, meet the locals, make new friends, maybe find love, forage the woods, fish the waters, explore the mine. All right, well, I will tell you it's a very weighty box, very heavy, so I'm assuming there's a fair amount of components inside. Obviously, if you like the art of the video game, that's a nice looking box cover there. All right, here's our rule book. Welcome to Stardew Valley. Let's take a look through here. The objective is to complete 4 of Grandpa's goals and restore all 6 community center rooms before the season deck is exhausted, which marks the end of the year and the game. All right. Our list of components here. Looks like there's a tile tray, kind of holder for the different tiles there. We've got our setup here, building the season deck, which seems like it's the timer for the game. And then we've got an example for the starting layout here. Looks like there's a fair amount going on. Looks like it might take up a good amount of table space. Goals and bundles, community center bundles in detail. So it says there's 2 types of objectives, Grandpa's goals and community center bundles. 4 of Grandpa's goals are revealed at the start of the game, and then all of them must be completed in order to win. All right. Nice. Seems like a nice, nicely laid out rule book. Good amount of detail here. It goes step by step how to play. Each round follows these steps, the season phase, the planning phase, and the action phase. And it goes into more detail about each of these. I imagine that the action phase is going to be the most important part. Action plus action. Take 2 actions at your current location. Movement is allowed, or action, move, action. All right. And then it goes into more detail about those. You can get water drops, collect from animals, buy and plant seeds, make a friend, reveal and donate to bundles, open gates, donate to museum, buy buildings, explore the mine. So there's a fair amount here going on. This you might expect from a game that's based off of a popular video game IP that it might be a simplistic sort of game, but this is not giving me that vibe. This is definitely giving me a vibe of a modern hobby board game with a fair amount of rules and things to keep track of. All right. And we've got some ways to adjust the game difficulty, the game length, solo play rules, which is fantastic, and a reference here at the end along with an FAQ. And then on the back, our symbol reference sheet. All right, so let's take a look at the actual components within the game. Here we've got some cardboard tiles. Now I will tell you, these particular cardboard tiles are very, very thin. They're double-sided, but these are not what I would consider to be even necessarily standard cardboard tiles. These are thinner than I would say is normal, at least for what I've played in over the years, but I don't know how often they're handled. That may not be an issue depending on how they're used within the game. All right, here's our tile tray here, and that's a nice component. I like kind of the vacuum-formed tray. I'm assuming and hoping that it's going to make the usability of the game easier, where you're going to be able to have all your tiles kind of laid out there. Keep that off to the side. Let's look at some more of our cardboard. Now, are these thicker? Yes, these are thicker. Okay, so this is a thicker card, but this is more of what I'm used to as far as going with most of the games I play. So it was just these tiles that are thinner, okay? These are of regular thickness, so I'm just going to kind of show you these. These look like different professions, fishing and farming, Looks like we have some coins and hearts here. We've got foraging and mining. So these must be player boards, I would assume, because it says starting tool and places to put tiles there. Now we've got a whole bunch of these these tiles that are going to, I assume, go into these, okay? And these are of good quality. The cardboard on these are good. These are double-sided as well. I will say that's a little bit off. You can see it's a little off center there. It gets cut off a bit, which is unfortunate, but I think we can still, you can kind of see there, it's off just a little bit, as long as I get it on camera. So should have been probably that way a little bit. It doesn't appear to be game breaking by any means, but it is something to point out here. So let's take a look at all of our different tiles: parsnips and potatoes and cauliflower, bok choy. All right. Here we've got some, these must be things that you kind of find: spiceberry, wild plums, hazelnuts. The art is, to me, very, very cute and evokes kind of this feel that I think they're going for here. I really do like the aesthetic of the game. I think it works very well. We've got some fish here. If you're going to go fishing, there's all different kinds of fish you can catch. All right, so lots of cardboard tiles there. It looks like we've got our game board here. So let's take a look at the game board. Single-sided game board, as you can tell from that back there. Our four-fold board. Let me make sure we've got all of that on camera. We've got enough of it there. I think we've got everything. All right, so you can see the different areas you can go. Quite a bit going on here on the board, as I showed in the rule book. Okay. Different places where you're going to lay out cards, things along those lines. So an attractive board, maybe a bit busy, I'm not sure. And once I see things on the board, we'll kind of make a better assessment on that, but I like the look of it. Seems like a fine quality board, you know, pretty standard. Let's take a look at what we've got here. We've got some, I believe, are wooden ponds. I'm going to find out here in a moment. No, these are plastic. Okay, so we've got our plastic ponds there. We've got some custom screen printed dice that I will theoretically get out of this pouch to show you. All right, so you can see the different sides of these dice are very nice. I do like those quite a bit. They've got a nice look. They feel like good quality dice from what I can tell. Hopefully they're not engraved, so hopefully the screen printing holds up. I don't tend to have problem with dice losing their kind of screen printing. Here we've got two draw bags. These seem okay quality, not knocking me out, but also don't look like they're going to necessarily fall apart right away. I can get my hand in there well enough. I do wonder how much you're drawing out of these bags and how often. If so, it might be a little bit too small. We'll see how they hold up over time. And then we got a whole bunch of cards. Let's look at some of these mini cards first. But there are a lot of cards in the game. So let's take a look at some of them. And here's me stalling for time as I get the wrapper off. Okay, so this is one of the crafts room cards. These are one of the mini cards. The quality is okay. I wouldn't say that these are necessarily the highest quality cards. If you're going to be using them a lot, you may even want to sleeve them. I'm not sure. Any two materials, construction. They're I would say that they are okay quality cards, not awful, but not the best I've seen. Show you off some of the art here, some of the iconography. Again, if you like the aesthetic of the game, of the video game, I assume you're going to like the aesthetic of this board game as well. It does seem to do a good job of evoking that as I almost drop all of the cards. Here's some more. Okay. I think this gives you a pretty good idea of what we have from these decks. These are some epic items. Dark Shrine, Statue of Endless Fortune. I like the sound of that. Ancient Fruit. Some mine events. Things you can find in the mines. Apparently you can find friendship in the mine. Who knew? All right. Cards, cards, cards. So many cards. We've got some more small cards here. We'll look at these. Got some item cards here that I'll show off, and then it also looks like we've got some profession upgrade cards. Let's start with the item cards. Not going to show you all these, just going to kind of flip through. Catalog, chest, some coffee, energy tonic, pink cake, shears. Okay, again, just nice little art. Not a whole lot of information on the cards. These are some upgrades again for, some of those are upside down. Actually, looks like one of them was upside down. I don't particularly know why. There we go. All right, and then finally, we've got some big cards here. We'll take a look at those. I imagine that, I mean, it looks like it's a card-driven game. There's a lot of cards in the game. So it's maybe some of the kind of event cards, season cards. I like the look of those. I do like the look of these. There's just something about the iconography. I mean, obviously, it's got that kind of video game aesthetic to it, which is, for me, appealing. I like the look of it. Tried to save the summer card, couldn't do it. All right. Festival of Ice, the Night Market, etc. All right, and then one more final deck of cards let's take a look at. Here we've got some villagers, people you can make friends with, I imagine. You got Abigail and Alex, Demetrius and Elliot, George and Emily. George, he looks like a great friend. Hey, George, how you doing? Leah, Marnie, Pam, Penny. All right, got some property maps. This is for the mine. I believe these are mine cards. All right. We got some baddies, I think, here. Like a lava bat. Squid Kid. Hey. All right, well, if you are a fan of the Stardew Valley video game, I imagine that this is a game that you are pretty excited about checking out. That is Stardew Valley, the board game. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.